Johnny Cash was one of the most imposing and influential figures in post-World War II country music. With his deep baritone voice, he had a distinctive sound. He wasn't just one type of music. He was a blend of folk, rock and roll, and country. Cash's career got going at about the same time as the beginning of rock and roll, and his rebellious attitude shared a lot of similarities with rock. However, there was a strong tie to history that kept him forever tied with country. He was one of the country music's biggest stars in the 1950s and 1960s, recording well over 100 hit singles. When he was 12 years old, he had begun writing his own songs based on the inspiration of country songs he heard on the radio. After he graduated from high school, he worked in an auto factory in Detroit. When the Korean War began, he enlisted in the Air Force. It was during this time that Cash bought his first guitar and taught himself to play and began writing songs, including Folsom Prison Blues. After the Air Force, Cash moved to Memphis and took a radio announcing course. In the evenings, he played country music in a trio that played on a local radio station. In 1955, Cash landed an audition with Sun Records as a gospel singer but was turned down. Sun Records asked him to come back with something more country. He did was signed by Sun Records. I Walk the Line was #1 for 6 weeks and crossed over into the pop top 20. Cash made his Grand Ole Opry debut in 1956, appearing in all black, earning him the nickname of the Man in Black. Though he was continuing to have hits, the relentless pace of his career was beginning to take a toll on Cash. In 1959, he began taking amphetamines to help him get through his schedule of nearly 300 shows a year. By 1963, he had moved to New York, leaving his family behind. He was running into trouble with the law, most notably for starting a forest fire out west. Cash was arrested in El Paso for attempting to smuggle amphetamines into the country through his guitar case in 1965. That same year, the Grand Ole Opry refused to have him perform, and he wrecked the establishment's footlights. With the help of June Carter, he was able to shake his addictions. His career began to bounce back in 1968. Cash recorded and released his most popular album, Johnny Cash at Folsom Prison. Recorded during a prison concert, the album spawned the #1 country hit, Folsom Prison Blues, which also crossed over into the pop charts. By the end of the year, the record had gone gold. The following year, he released a sequel, Johnny Cash at San Quentin, which had his only top 10 pop single, A Boy Named Sue, which peaked at number 3. It also hit #1 on the country charts in 1980. He became the youngest inductee to the Country Music Hall of Fame. Health problems plagued Cash throughout the 90s and into the 2000s. His beloved wife, June Carter Cash, died on May 15, 2003 of complications following heart surgery. 4 months later, Johnny died of complications from diabetes in Nashville, Tennessee.